day. Great to get back on the field. Fun to see our entire roster on the field. It was good to kind of see that for the first time. Certainly, I think we've taken several steps since spring. I think the biggest thing I noticed right now is a lot of our bodies have started to change in the way that they need to change. Both our bigs and our skill, we've really moved in the right direction. You see a little more pop, a little more speed, a little more physicality out on the field just from an overall sense, which I think was good. So, great start. We're going to get in the Coliseum the next couple of days, get a chance to practice some in there, spend a little bit more time there in our home. So we'll be looking forward to one more non-padded day, and then obviously getting shells on and progressing from there. But overall, really good start, a lot of energy, a lot of intensity, and good to see, like I said, some of the new bodies out there that have been great additions for us.
Coach, could you tell that there was a certain amount of anxiousness on your players' part to get started today?
Yeah, I think there was. I mean, they've had it's been a long road for this group to this point. And this group's been challenged in a lot of different ways, and they've continued to respond. We've talked, a lot obviously about how this roster's come together, and I think for them, they're glad to finally have all their guys, and here's what we got, now let's go to work and start building this. And they certainly seem to pick up kind of where we left off spring in terms of, we blow practice up and everybody's kind of mad, no, coach, we want to keep going, and that's how it should be.
And for you, anxious as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You didn't sleep very good last night. You're just kind of excited and ready for this day to go. So once you get into camp, it's one of the best times of the year. There's not a lot of other distractions. We're with each other, darn near all day, and what a great opportunity for us all to grow.
What have early impressions of Malik Brown been?
He's, his speed on the field is noticeable. He's on the field where we do have a lot of good athletes. He athletically, he's one of the guys that certainly stands out. Speed, explosion. Day one, and backs are a little tough sometimes to fully evaluate when you're not in pads. But I thought he's had a good summer with us, had a good first day, and athletically he does some things that are certainly exciting.
What does he have to do to make up for not having been here in the spring?
Well, learning, getting comfortable certainly in the offense and his role, and then all the other great things that backs do besides just the long runs or flashing cuts, ball security, pass protection, just becoming a really complete football player. But he's a good kid. He's committed to it. He's working hard. I'm always pretty slow to annoying freshmen. They got to go prove it on Saturdays, but he certainly has a bright future.
What do you like about the morning practices?
It's a good change up for us. I think you got to learn to prepare your body and be ready to play at all times. We're obviously going to play at a lot of different times here in the upcoming year, so we've got to be ready. We're going to practice some morning, some evening, some night. We're going to mix it up with our guys and challenge them to get their bodies and minds ready to go. But yeah, the one nice thing, you come out here early. We've still got some guys in classes right now, so a couple of our guys left classes here throughout the day, and then we've got the rest of the day meetings, walkthroughs of that nature. So we make it a pretty productive day.
You had some talented guys after spring ball, and one of them was Eric Gentry. What do you foresee his role in this defense?
Yeah, I'm excited to add Eric. He's been a real positive addition so far. Kind of strikes as a guy that really loves football, loves to be out there, loves to compete. You kind of always hear him, always see him, feel his presence. He's a pretty physical player for being as young as he is, and obviously everybody sees his length, which is certainly a factor in defensive football. So, really nice addition to the defense, the linebacker room, and give him a chance to compete.
Coach, is there a certain amount of pace that has to be involved when the first game is so far away?
There's some give and take, certainly, but for us right now, year one, again, so much new about this roster. We're certainly not easing into it, if you will. We're going to attack it, and then at the right time, we'll pull off of them just a little bit, try to get their bodies back, and obviously start preparing for some of the upcoming opponents. But right now, it's about us. We got to get USC right. We've got to win our inner battle, and that's our fight every day. So yeah, as opposed to thinking of it like a marathon where you run a little bit each day, our deal's more, no, it's a fist fight every day. And then you wake up and you get up and you're ready to fight again.
Is that establishing physicality as well?
100%. Yeah, we don't want to ease into games, so I don't think we want to start with that mentality right now. Absolutely.
Punting situation a concern? Is the punting situation at all a concern?
I wouldn't say a concern. I mean, Will Rose did a really nice job in the spring. We're completely comfortable with him. We'd love to add another body just for depth, competition, all of that, and I think we will. It's this day of college football. You've got to always have backup plans. You can always have that next guy in mind, and it wasn't something that caught us off guard, and we were prepared, and we'll have to do it.
You have your fingerprints all over the quarterback situation. What went into adding Jake Jensen? Obviously, I know that was a big storyline this spring with their quarterback.
Yeah, just got a chance to had an outside contact that knew of Jake and put him on our radar, and liked his makeup, his maturity, some of the things he's been through, just not just a player, but just as a person, and thought he'd be a really steady person to bring into the room. And those rooms are, look at the room from December to now. Those rooms are very, very fluid right now, and to add some stability and a guy you felt like could come in here and be successful and run our system well and had some experience was important. So we brought him in on a visit and liked everything about him, and I think he brought a lot of stability and experience to the team.
How'd your quarterbacks look today?
Oh, some good, some bad. There's, I would say, pretty typical first day. We missed a few throws that we need to make. We had some spectacular throws, and certainly a long ways from where we were first day of spring, which you would expect. And nice to have a few other guys that we can rep, and not just Miller and Caleb. So it's definitely a more complete room. They've got a better understanding of what we're doing, but so does the defense. And so it's just day one of spring, guys kind of know what to do, and sometimes even not great ball will still be successful. Where now the level of ball on both sides, the level of understanding is getting higher, the windows are getting tighter. It's just a higher quality, which puts more pressure on the Qs to execute. So solid first day. We're going to get a lot better.
Initial impressions of Jordan Addison?
Yeah, no, he's a good player. He is. He's very attentive, very. Coach the details, and then you see it show up on the field pretty quickly. Made some nice plays for us today. So he's obviously he's a proven player in his past. He's got to come prove it here, but he had a really strong day. And he's for first time truly on the field coaching him, he's impressive.
You have some talented veterans on the offensive line. Who are some of the guys that are maybe below the first team guys that you're looking to see emerge?
Yeah, Mason Murphy, for sure. He's a guy that has a lot of ability that you feel like it's a matter of time. And he had a really strong summer. Some of our veteran guys have really taken to him, pushed him to really improve, which is a great thing, especially on the O-line. Gino, I put Gino in that category. I thought Gino had a really nice close to spring. He's a pretty physical player, starting to learn multiple positions inside for us. I put Millick there. I thought Millick had a really nice spring. He got a ton of reps and took advantage of it. So obviously we just brought Cooper in. So excited to kind of watch him for the first time and see how he can progress. But it's a good second group. We've got to continue to develop him. We're going to need him.
Always looking for perfection. What didn't you like about today?
I got to get into meetings at some point. We got a lot. I like what I expected to like, which was the intensity, the effort, the focus. We're certainly, the talent level's better. They're in better shape. All that. The execution is good for a first day. It won't be good for a second day. And that's the thing, is you just have to keep climbing. You got to keep building, and so enough to get excited about. But we're not going to go home right now. We still got a little work to do. So.
Let's do one more. Obviously, no pads today, but guys are coming off the field sweating and looking tired. How do you instill that work ethic from day one?
No magic pill. You just work, and I think you just create that expectation coming into it. We grinded these guys all spring. We had a very demanding summer. We were prepared to come in there. I don't think anybody was shocked by the pace of practice or the amount of reps we took, or even the physicality, even though we didn't have pads on. That's you want that to become. It's just what we do. Nobody even thinks about it. And I did feel that. So the response to it was good. Our guys were in shape. They were ready to go.
Thank you, Coach.